watching The Daily on Shaw TV, Channel 4 in Nanaimo, Oceanside, and today we are at the old schoolhouse in Qualicum Beach because there is going to be a big party taking place here on July the 28th. They are celebrating 25 years as an art center in Qualicum Beach, and the building itself, the schoolhouse, is now 100 years old. Also coming up on this edition of The Daily, our island chef Michael Williams is here with cheddar cheese sliders. We're going to check in with Marjorie Greaves in the Comox Valley because an ancient form of Japanese storytelling captivated the children at the recent Vancouver Island Music Fest, and we certainly hope to see more of that art form in the summer months to come here on the Vancouver Island area. Kelly Robinson checks in with a local business who, with nowhere else to turn, has found a very creative way to deal with a feral cat colony in their area. Jen Moranitz in Victoria introduces us to earthquake dogs. Earthquake dogs are going to play a big role when the big one hits. Before we do any of that though, we're going to start off at the Nanaimo Airport. A record number of passengers are using the Nanaimo Airport. In fact, they've just acknowledged their millionth passenger since upgrades began in 2006. And sometimes those passengers need help. That's where the Blue Navigators come in. Here's Annette Lucas. Watching The Daily on Shaw TV, Channel 4. I'm Kate Bergen. Today we are in the backfield at the old schoolhouse in Qualicum Beach. There's been almost a year-long celebration going on here. It's the 25th anniversary of the Art Center, 100th year anniversary of the building itself. What does that have to do with drumming? Taiko drumming? Well, that's why Ron Hadley is here. What's going on back here?
Well, we have summer art classes in all medium and everything, but this year we brought from Nagasaki Prefecture 2 professional Taiko drummers and teachers. And this summer's art classes are getting a little different twist to them. We have Taiko drumming classes every day for the last 2 weeks in July. And on the 28th, on July 28th, we'll have a celebratory performance, and these students can participate with the actual professional drummers from Japan. And so they're preparing for that now as we speak.
Okay, we have a little bit of a technical challenge here because the drumming is so strong and so loud that we're a little bit removed for them. And we're going to see if Derek, I don't know, if you want to go straight there and get closer to the drums. What is the age range of these kids?
All the way from 6 until in the evenings we've had adults, 75 I think was the oldest one, so 6 years old to 80 years old all day. We do mornings and afternoons and then evenings from 6:30 to 9 every day for 2 weeks.
Now, what is it that has particular appeal, do you think, about the Taiko drum?
Well,
I heard you speaking Japanese earlier.
Yeah, Japan, my life is inextricably bound up with Japan, but we don't need to go into that. But I think that, as you can see, the appeal is, even as we're speaking, the sound of the drums is very exciting, and the reverberations and all, especially that 400-year-old Japanese drum that little guy is playing. It's the best drum maker in Japan. And the resonation, just the sound of it. But when you're doing it, then you get all that fun of the motion that you're doing, and the reverberations from the drums goes through your body. And it's just a great experience for all ages. The kids are loving it, I see.
To participate in and watch as well. So they'll be performing on July 28th as part of the 25th anniversary celebrations here at the old schoolhouse in Qualicum Beach. You got it, you did it, Derek. You were over there up close. We hope that works out for the viewer to give you a strong sense up close what the drumming is like. We're going to throw things over now to Marjorie Greaves. She's looking at an old art form of storytelling that was revived recently in Courtenay at Music Fest. But before that, Kelly Robinson here is looking at a feral cat colony and what the neighborhood is doing about it. Fabulous, fabulous storytelling. I hope that I have a chance to catch up with him at upcoming music festivals around Vancouver Island during the summer season. We're at the old schoolhouse in Qualicum Beach. There's an exhibit currently on that brings back some of the alumni here.
That's right. One of the unique features of the old schoolhouse are the resident artists. And these are some of the original artists that came 25 years ago and have gone on to great success since. This is Jason Marlowe's piece, and he's a wood turner. And this piece he's used red cedar, and it's called Island Ancient. For him, he does a lot of shields and brings in a Celtic feel, but this one has definitely got a West Coast touch with the salmon and the mountains. It's an incredible piece.
Absolutely beautiful. And we were smelling it earlier.
You can smell the cedar, and the texture is amazing, and to see the grain of the wood through it, you really have to come and see the detail.
And the other pieces that are in this gallery, we're only really giving our viewers a small sample right now. Another featured artist in the exhibit that's currently running is
This is Larry Aguilar, yes, and you know, he was instrumental in starting the schoolhouse. He was on the first board of directors and has been doing his pottery in Raku for many, many years before and since. He had a studio here 25 years ago. And it's incredible to see the depth of his work, because here this is pottery, and then Raku, which is a totally different style with a very fast and hot fire to create those colors. So he is a master potter.
I've been to their studio. They do this in their backyard.
It's amazing.
Yes, local talent is huge in this area. Speaking of local talent that's big on an international scale, Ted Yolda.
Ted Yolda. I wish I was here when he had his studio. He was blowing glass here at the old schoolhouse, and how exciting would that have been? But now we can at least enjoy the product of all that intense labor. These are incredible vases that he blows by hand and then inserts silver or copper fish into it. And he really is internationally known.
Yes. Fabulous. It's hard to focus in venues like this because there's so much beauty to take in, so much to look at. Highly encourage you to come out to the Old Schoolhouse in Qualicum Beach. This exhibit is on until
August the 12th.
August the 12th. Okay, you can get all the information through the Old Schoolhouse website. We'll have more on their 25th anniversary celebrations on this edition of The Daily after we take a short break. You're watching The Daily on Shaw TV Channel 4. I'm Kate Bergen, and we are in Qualicum Beach at the Old Schoolhouse Art Center because there's a big party being planned. It's their 25th anniversary of the Art Center, 100th anniversary of the building itself. It's all culminating on July the 28th. It's been a highlight year for sure. This is pastel artist Dan Gray. What are you doing?
I'm just practicing for the Grand Prix of Art, which happens on July 28th, and it's our 20th year of having the Grand Prix.
What is it? What is a Grand Prix of Art?
It's an art race. It's a street race for artists. And we gather here at 10 in the morning. We sign up. We draw our locations out of a hat. Then we have 3 hours between 11 and 1 to go out and create art.
And it's not all pastel necessarily.
Oh, no,
that's your medium.
This is just my medium. You can bring all the different mediums, ones that you're comfortable with. Bring your best ammunition because this is serious business.
Is there a big prize?
There's got to be a prize, and it's got to be probably coin of the realm. So it's a great day. You get to work with, last year we had 50 artists, and we gather after and have lunch, and stories are all told of the adventures of the day, and everybody has something new and different to say, but we've all worked from the same light or the same rain or the same grumpy customers. We all had the same palette to work with, so it's a terrific day for artists. It's a terrific day for Qualicum Beach because this is the 20th year, and Qualicum Beach has had probably an average of 30 paintings a year done in it. So this has to be about the most painted little town on Vancouver Island, if not British Columbia.
Do you have to be an You know, food is always an integral part of any celebration, and the celebrations that are currently in process here at the Old Schoolhouse in Qualicum Beach are no exception. I imagine, Corinne, that food is a big part of the party on July 28th.
Oh, food will be, as well as music and art especially. We're going to be celebrating the arts as well as the 100th birthday of this wonderful building. And so we'll be doing the Grand Prix, as we talked about before. We have music starting at noon with the Nanaimo Concert Band and the Taiko drummers. And then it'll go into the evening with Dinner Under the Stars, and we have a 7-piece jazz band and incredible food done by the Old Dutch Inn. So
How many people are you expecting? I guess anyone, just come on down and join the party.
there is no admission charge for the daytime activities. There will be artists in front of all the music. We're going to have at least 50 artists demoing their work. There'll be a tent for kids to create art. Sculpture, clay, and painting. So there's a lot to do, and we do invite everybody to come and celebrate this wonderful building.
I think it's going to be a huge success. The calmness and the level of organization that I can feel being in this building is something to strive for. So congratulations on many, many levels. Before we go, behind us, the artwork of
Horst Lowell, a wonderful surrealistic artist who lives in Qualicum Beach.
And if you want a closer look, come on down to the Old Schoolhouse. That part of the exhibit is on until August the 12th. Thank you for watching this edition of The Daily, and thank you to everyone here at the Old Schoolhouse in Qualicum Beach. We'll see you next time.